Sure, here's a long, unique, and thought-provoking story based on your concept. It explores themes of racism, redemption, and identity set in a human society like that of the USA, the name on her badge. The ER waiting room was packed. Flu season had hit hard, and the hospital in downtown Atlanta was overwhelmed. Nurse Darlene Myers, a veteran with over 25 years of experience, moved briskly past rows of moaning patients. She was known for being efficient, strict, and, as many quietly said, behind her back cold. That night, just past 11 p.m. a woman walked into the emergency room. Her clothes were drenched, her lips trembling from the cold night air. She had a gash on her forehead and clutched her side as she limped toward the front desk. Darlene barely looked up. "Take a seat," she said curtly. I think my ribs are broken. I was in a car accident." The woman's voice was weak. "Did you call an ambulance?" "No, I walked from the crash. It's just a few blocks away, please." Darlene glanced up now. The woman was black, mid-30s, soaking wet. Probably homeless, she thought, probably high. Her instincts hardened. "We're full," Darlene said. "If you are walking, you're not dying. You'll be seen when it's your turn." The woman looked around. She could barely stand. A security guard approached, and Darlene waved him off with a look. "Not now, Marcus," she said. "We've got it under control." But the woman collapsed. Doctors rushed out. A younger nurse named Julia helped lift her onto a gurney. Darlene watched from the desk, arms crossed, annoyed. "She needs help now," Julia snapped. "She'll get it," Darlene muttered after the people who didn't walk in here high or half naked. As the trauma team worked, someone handed Darlene the woman's ID from her soaked wallet. Darlene took one look and froze. She stared at the name, her face drained of color. Her hands shook. Dr. Amara T. Gaines. She knew that name. Everyone in healthcare did. Amara Gaines was a medical prodigy, the youngest surgeon ever appointed to the National Institute of Health's Trauma Research Division. She'd just given a keynote at the National Medical Conference 2 months earlier, a speech that had gone viral for its focus on racial disparities in emergency care. And she had walked into her ER tonight, bloody, alone, denied help. Darlene swallowed hard and rushed back to the trauma bay. She hovered at the door, watching as Dr. Harris, ER lead, recognized Amara and called out her name. In disbelief. "You know her?" Julia asked. "She's a damn legend." Dr. Harris said. "Somebody call the NIH. Get a trauma OR ready now." Darlene stepped back, her world tilted. She couldn't breathe. 2 days passed. Darlene barely spoke. Word spread fast. Everyone now knew who the mystery patient was. Some whispered about the mistake. Others outright accused Darlene of racism. But it was worse than that for her. She had been racist, and now she couldn't hide behind policies or procedures. It had been her choice, her judgment. When Dr. Gaines finally regained consciousness, she asked to speak with the nurse who'd turned her away. Darlene was terrified, but she went. Dr. Gaines lay in bed, bruised and stitched, IV in her arm, monitors beeping beside her. When she saw Darlene, she studied her in silence for a long moment. "You remember me?" she asked. Darlene nodded. "Then you know what I do?" "I do." "Then tell me," Dr. Gaines said quietly, "why I almost died in your ER while you stood there." There was no way out. Darlene's hands trembled. Her voice broke. "I saw someone else. I saw what I wanted to see. I didn't think I didn't care. And I've been a nurse for 25 years. That's not an answer," Amara said, her voice firm. Darlene's eyes welled up. "Because I judged you, because I looked at your skin, your clothes, and thought you were nothing." Amara didn't speak. The silence was loud. Darlene continued. "I've been making excuses all my life, telling myself I'm not like those people, but last night I was. I let my bias almost kill you." A long pause. Then Amara asked, "What are you going to do about it?" That question became the beginning of Darlene's transformation. 6 months later, Nurse Darlene Myers stood at a podium at a national healthcare symposium. She wasn't presenting research, she was telling her story unfiltered, raw, and shattering. She told the audience how bias lives in silence, in reflexes, in unspoken decisions made under fluorescent lights in crowded ER. Dr. Amara Gaines sat in the front row. Not as a victim, but as a leader after the talk. They walked off stage together. Darlene had spent months in diversity training, volunteered in underserved communities, and helped launch a new hospital initiative. Check Your Bias at the Door, a mandatory workshop for all emergency staff. It didn't fix everything, but it started something, and in that Amara and Darlene had found a kind of healing born not from forgiveness, but from truth. The end.